What, in your view, is specifically the mandate of the IEBC to ensure that the political parties operate within the legal framework during the nomination process?
The IEBC, by law, is required to liaise, coordinate, and operate together with the Register of Political Parties, because the Register of Political Parties is the one that's appointing them. But at the same time, the IEBC at the same time is supposed to they have very strict guidelines on how those political parties are supposed to behave, how they're supposed to deal with. You look at the Political Parties Act, if they're supposed to comply with those regulations and the rules under the Political Parties Act to ensure that they comply with the law.
Does the IEBC have any obligation to supervise the political parties' nominations?
Yes, it has.
Tell us more about that.
It takes me back to the question that I was saying, the interplay between the political parties, liaison committee, the IEBC, and the Office of the Register of Political Parties. So the IEBC comes up with rules to ensure that the political parties comply with those rules in terms of nomination, the rules for nomination. And if you fail to comply with those rules of nomination, then there are consequences to that.
Okay. So again, another area related to that is on the campaigning financing. There is no law currently in Kenya that guides the financing of campaigns. So what would you propose to be measures that can be undertaken by IEBC to regulate that area?
Thank you for that question. The campaigns finance, there's a campaigns finance law. It's called the Campaign Finance Act of 2013. What happened is that when that act came in place, the law was silent. Who comes up with what we call regulations? So we have the act in place and a detailed law, but we do not have regulations that support that act. This matter has been litigated, for your information, and there are several courts that have opined on this issue. And the courts have said that you do not need Parliament to enact regulations. So the solution, and it will always be a problem in Kenya, we are going in the election in the next 2 years. It will be a problem. The solution to this, if you remember what I said, simplicity, is to allow IEBC to do its work and IEBC to come up with regulations on finance campaign, which will supplement the Finance Campaign Act of 2013.
Who should allow? Is to allow.
The law.
Who should allow?
Chair, the law allows IEBC to come up with finance regulations. So IEBC has to do its work. It's only through that you will have an election that is contested fairly, because finances is an important thing in elections. Thank you.